Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce week 8 to you, which is July 23rd through the 25th. We're going to be looking at direct objects, the personal stem changing verbs, and irregular verbs in the present tense. Okay, you're going to want to study pages 124 to 127 in your text and review pages 58 to 66, 67 to 68, 78 to 84, 96 to 100. You're also going to want to review pages 27 to 37, 40 to 49, and 58 to 66. After completing this week's assignments, you should be able to identify and use direct objects and direct object pronouns. You should also be able to identify and know when to use the personal You should be able to conjugate e to I, and o to ue stem changing verbs in the present tense. You should also be able to use classroom and leisure vocabulary as well as present tense, as well as the present tense of verbs and the expressions tener que, necesitar, and ir a to write a detailed description of what you need to do next week so you do not miss any more assignments. All of this week's assignments address student learning outcomes 1, 2, and 5. The work for this week is due on the 24th, and we're going to start the week the same as always by watching your instructor-made videos. Okay, so you'll want to click on the instructor videos. You'll see videos on direct objects in the personal stem changing verbs in the present tense. And so after watching those videos, then you'll go back out to the site and you will click on the class participation form 724. Click on the thread, hit reply, and post any questions or concerns you have about the material covered in the videos or any other questions or concerns you have about the class. Remember that this is a check-in for us, so in order to get full credit for this assignment, you need to post something. So if you don't have any questions or concerns, you still need to at least tell me that in your posting that you have no questions or concerns. Okay. So you also have final draft of writing assignment 2. So if you'll remember last week, July 16th through the 22nd, you were critiquing someone else's writing, and July 9th through the 15th is where you wrote your first draft of writing assignment 2. So this workshop will be moved all the way down here, and you'll want to click on it first. You should see feedback from a fellow classmate. Feedback from myself, and you'll want to take that feedback to then write your final draft. So when you're ready, you'll click on it. This gives you instructions about the final draft, but you should already know what you're doing because you did it in the workshop. So when you're ready, you'll just click add a submission, and then you'll paste in your final submission and send it to me. And then I'll use that rubric that you saw above to grade it. You also have a multiple choice quiz that just kind of goes over everything, some of the basic stuff that you should be able to, that you should have mastered throughout the semester. And so you'll open the quiz when you're ready. You only have an hour. There's 20 questions. It's multiple choice. There's just going to be some basic questions that are asked of you regarding conjugation, question words, just mostly things of that nature. Okay. All right, and remember you only get one attempt in an hour, so don't open it until you're ready to take it. And finally, you have assignment 9, where you're going to visit my language labs and you're going to complete these SAM activities and extra practice activities. So if I go out to my language labs and go over to the 24th, and notice that the 24th is not a Thursday. It's because this is the last week of classes, so you have some stuff coming in, and then you're going to have to complete your final. So this is the only week where you don't have stuff, where you have work due on a day other than Thursday. So again, here's all of the assignments. You need to do everything. Just open it up, each one, and you can complete them as many times as you would like before the due date, and hit finish and submit for grading when you're done. Remember that you have an accent toolbar up here at the top in case you need it. And if you're doing it more than 3 times, then you need to reach out to me, because you shouldn't have to do it like 10 times. If you're doing it more than 3 times, then reach out to me and I'll try to help you as best as I can. And that's everything that you have to do for week 8.